So today, we're going to do something a little different. We're not just explaining a concept, we're actually stepping into an experience, guided by the incredible work of Elena Brower on presence. Think of this as an explainer. You're meant to feel, not just understand. Brower kicks things off with this really profound idea that we're all living in two worlds at the exact same time. On one hand, you've got the outer world, right? The world of our reactions to everything happening around us. But then there's the inner world, this deep, kind of subtle energy that only exists within us. And this is what that really looks like. Our attention is constantly getting yanked outward. We're reacting to emails, to people, to that endless social media scroll. But at the same time, there's this quiet inward pull, right? A kind of concentrating energy inside our own bodies and minds. We live this parallel life every single moment. And the key thing to get here is that you're not broken for feeling this pull. It's just part of being human. So if we're constantly being pulled in two different directions, how in the world do we find our center? How do we keep from feeling completely torn apart? Well, the answer, according to Brower, is all about understanding what presence really means. See, presence isn't some mystical, far-off state you have to achieve. It's much simpler. It's the act of building a bridge between those two worlds of yours. It's how you connect your inner self with your outer reactions, smoothly, softly, and with a sense of quiet stillness. Okay, but how do you actually build that bridge? It's not just a thought exercise, not something you can just think your way into. It's a physical practice. And the very first step isn't in your head. It's somewhere way more fundamental. Yup, you heard that right. The practice begins in the body. Before we can even hope to find mental or emotional presence, we have to ground ourselves physically. It's all about creating an internal environment where that stillness can actually show up and stick around. And the practice itself can be so simple. Brewer guides us to start by just placing our hands on our forehead, a simple touch that can actually calm the nervous system. Then you connect your movement to your breath. You inhale to arch your back and open your heart, and then you exhale to round your spine and turn your attention inward. You're literally physically creating space inside yourself. After just a few breaths like that, the invitation is to just feel. Feel that internal shift. Notice the actual space you've just created inside your own body. It's a real, tangible sensation. That's presence starting to take root. And from that place of physical stillness, Brower immediately shifts our attention. With that space now created, she asks this simple but incredibly powerful question. Who are you grateful for? And this, right here, is the big aha moment. That feeling of gratitude you just conjured up, that is your presence in action. Brower calls it a currency, a promise, and a service. It's like a direct line to a higher state of being, a way of bathing yourself in grace. Gratitude isn't just some passive feeling. It's an active, powerful practice of being present. And this practice, well, it's not meant to be a solo journey. Its real power, its real magic unfolds when we turn outward and see how it completely transforms our connections with other people. This is where the practice gets to work in the world. Being truly present for another person is a profound act of validation. It's a way of touching their body or their heart with your attention and helping them feel that they are real, that they are seen, that they are here. And this whole idea of connection is captured so perfectly in the opening prayer from her talk. The idea of a circle with no beginning and no end. It reminds us that connection and co-leading are just built into the sacred geometry of nature itself. Our presence contributes to that circle. So to make this tangible, to bring it down to earth, Brower introduces this incredibly powerful one-on-one exercise. You simply turn to someone, look them in the eye, and ask, "Who are you?" And the answers that come out, they're just so raw, so human, and so revealing. It's not about your job title or some single identity. It's about all the different labels we carry around with us, like the ones shared in the talk. I am a mother, a recovering addict, a fighter, a crier. This exercise uses the power of presence to create a space for real, messy, multifaceted human connection. In all of this, the breathing, the gratitude, the connection, it's all building towards the ultimate purpose of this practice. It's not just about feeling calm or connected. It's about the single greatest gift that any of us have to offer. To get us there, I want you to just think for a second. Try to remember a time when you were, as she says, exceedingly present.
A lot of times these moments pop up during a crisis or some kind of trauma, when all the noise just falls away and you're left with this pure, focused attention.
She then shares this incredibly vulnerable and powerful story of her own, standing right next to her mom during her very last moments on Earth, putting her ear on her belly just to hear that final breath. That moment of pure, unwavering, loving attention, that is the absolute peak of presence. And that's it. That is the core takeaway of this entire explainer. That kind of presence, your focused, loving attention, totally free of distraction, is the single biggest, most important gift you will ever give to anyone you love. It's worth more than anything else. So, the final invitation here is to turn that amazing gift inward, to celebrate your own capacity for presence, to acknowledge the tranquility you can create for yourself, to savor it, and to recognize that it is your most powerful ally in navigating those two worlds we're all living in. So, we'll leave you with this final question from the talk's closing prayer to really chew on. What would it look like in your life to value serenity above all else? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.